is how we're using it.
All right. I'm really not on Facebook too tough anymore. I've kind of cut that back over the past year and a half, maybe even 2 years. But I am on Instagram. And so is Dating Humans. So we're on Instagram. I see a lot of people, and I do look at them, and I do because I think a little bit deeper than just the picture.
So you want to know what's behind the picture.
Yeah, I want to know what's behind the picture.
Yeah.
I want to know what's behind that plate of food that you, every other day, you're showing.
What are those, poke bowls or something?
Yeah. I mean, I know what rice looks like. You know?
I know what rice looks like.
Yeah, I don't need
But you don't know what rice looks like with a little dainty flour on top, right?
Yeah. So, but what I see is, and this is just general and broad, but the inability to communicate and loneliness as well.
Yes.
How do we combat that?
How do we combat that? I would say empathy. And I know this might sound strange, but as we're connecting more on social media and through text, and in those ways, we are losing that empathy piece. And that is part of the ability to connect, is to have empathy for others. And when we don't have that, we're missing a lot of communication, right? Because online digital platform, that's two-dimensional. We are missing a voice. Now, a voice is the first thing that somebody, I guess you use this sense, you're hearing in the womb. So that's how we want to connect with others. And we're missing that really big piece. We're missing a lot of nonverbals.
Isn't it hard to have empathy for someone when you see them doing the things that you're not doing? When you see them standing next to, they're taking nice pictures by a shiny car, or like I said, they're on that trip to Italy, or they're at the latest concert. Isn't it hard to have empathy? How do we have empathy for someone who blasts out, keep on blasting out those pictures that, once again, I say is loneliness?
I'm giving you this look because, I think, at least for me, the first feeling that comes up is this sense of jealousy. And that is where we can be blocked, I think, in terms of if I don't get my jealousy in check, I'm not able to be there or listen to somebody's story about Italy or going to concerts or any of that. And so we are losing the ability to listen as well.
Now, is it, and it could be a sliding scale, I don't know, but is it the difference between jealousy and tired of just seeing the same old thing? Because
yes, actually, you just made a good point. Yeah.
So, because if you have average working person, but you got 1,200 posts on Instagram.
A sunset?
Right.
You know who I'm talking about too, right? Like, I've seen that sunset before.
Yeah, I mean, you have all these posts, and I'm tired, You can even have pictures at work. I mean, how many times do I have to see you at work? How many times do I have to see you eating? How many times do I have to see you doing things? Now, and it becomes, or it has the appearance, I believe, of looking...
Good word there.
Yeah, it has the appearance of looking like, I'll just back up and say, just oversaturation.
Yeah.
And it's, I won't look at things as a jealous point of view. I'm just like, next. Because we've seen that before. And then we've seen that before in other people. And then if you have common friends, like say, for instance, you have 6 friends that all went out and you stayed home. And all of them.
Right? They came up with a term for that now. FOMO. Fear of missing out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that is created through these platforms.
FOMO.
Yeah.
I'm writing that down.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Write that
cool.
down.
Fear of missing out. All right. So they all send you pretty much the same picture from the same place. Because they're all together.
They're all having a great time.
But that's oversaturation. That's not, jealousy or loneliness or any other things that we talked about. Or, I mean...
You're right. I mean, I think that people feel a few different things depending on where they are in their life.
Okay.
Like, I have felt jealousy before, but I've also felt what you described feeling, which is, next, seeing that, really, you posted that picture last week. Next, you know, the scrolling, right?
Yeah.
And it's just a mindless scroll. I won't forget, I was watching my little sister, she's in college, and she was scrolling so fast and double clicking and liking everything. And I was like, don't you not like that girl? She's like, yeah, but I liked her picture anyway. I was like, what? I don't get that.
Yeah.
So it's just that scroll.
You know, I don't like people's stuff if I don't, I don't hit that heart button. If I don't agree with it, or, like you'll have somebody who may 4 pictures a day. And I'm like, come on.
Apparently there was that one picture a day. Instagram, like 1 gram picture a day. And now I don't think people go by that rule anymore, but it was kind of like this unspoken rule on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah. And then
we need that back. Where is that rule?
I know, right? I'm just going to comment on everyone's like that. If there's a two or more, I'm like, nope, you reached your max.
Now, if you're genuinely sharing and you're having this experience, and we can all know or tell when this person is having that genuine experience.
Right.
And we'll take that same trip to Italy and say, hey, guys, look what I found. Look what I discovered. Oh, this is awesome right here. Oh, you know, that's different than that picture of you doing some pose and the standard, what is it? I'm bigger or I'm smaller than the Eiffel Tower in France picture.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
That everyone does that.
Like, come on. But
you might be describing, sorry to interrupt, but you might be describing the difference of intent with posting either one of those.
Okay.
Now we could look at it through lots of lens, but just for the sake of this, the two that you described, I could see one as, I'm genuinely posting this. I had a great time. I want people to feel connected with me in this, and I think I said something of on one of my posts, like, I learned the need to be without the phone, and I really disconnected and had a great time. And I felt like that for me was genuine.
Okay.
And so I connected with a lot of people through that. But the other one kind of seems like you're getting some external validation. Now, I like to call this Insta validation. Okay. It's a term that I've came up with.
I wish I had a little bell.
I know,
ding,
right?
Ding, 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 ding.
Instant
validation.
Yeah.
So explain what instant validation is.
Well, you post a picture, and within seconds, you get a like, right? And
your sister likes it.
Right. She's probably on there liking it, but hey, she's rooting for me. That's great. But you get like family, friends, people that love and care for you, obviously, but you're getting a lot of outside people too. And as they like and as they comment, you're getting this sense of I'm worthy, I'm liked, I matter in the world. But to me, it's very brief. You're kind of waiting for the next picture to post. The next, because it's a high that you can get, this rush of endorphins. Oh my God, everybody likes me. Look at my picture. Yay. And then it drops.
So is this why there's that multiple pictures a day? Because you
probably
want to experience that high multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And that's what's scary. I mean, I think we've all gotten caught in that, right? It's, hey, someone likes my picture, or like my crush likes my picture, or so-and-so likes my pic. I must matter.
Yeah. So very early on in my Instagram and Facebook history, you post that picture, and because you're new and shiny on here, you get all these likes.
Hey, friends.
Yeah. Well, maybe I should do it again.
Yep.
3 hours later, not the same response.
No. And, everyone talks about, well, I got this many likes, and I got this many likes. And I remember the days of where 10 likes was like, all right, I'm winning. This is great. And then now I'm looking at other people's Instagrams, and it's like, oh, million something people like, someone famous, like million something people liked your post. And it's like, wow, that's a big difference. And so if you get a million likes on this one picture and then 2 on the other. I feel like that would be very tough because then you would start to question, self-doubt would come in, all of that. And you'd go, wait a minute, who am I? Why doesn't anyone like this picture? Do I not look good enough in this picture? I mean, am I good enough is really what you'd be asking yourself.
I guess we just learned something.
Yes.
Post less photos.
Post less photos. That's for everyone out there. Do less.